Come on, man. What are you doing?
I just ate or whatever.
You just eat?
Bro, I didn't get none of that.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Just chilling in Los Angeles.
Man, thank you for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
100. Yeah.
All right, man. Big fans.
Big for me. What you talking about? This big? This big for me.
Bro, man, it's so weird. It's so weird. Podcasting for dude, this is a whole new ball game for us, bro. Podcasting is different, man. It's different.
Oh, it's so different.
Like we literally just watch random podcasts all day just because we don't know what the fuck we really doing, but we got to get some inspiration somewhere. So shit, man, for you to come on this show, we're like, fuck, we had it. This is a big step for us, so we're just like, we doing something now. Fuck.
I feel like I'm doing something. I'm like, damn, Terrence Ross has asked me to be on this podcast. Oh, hell yeah.
Bro, trust me. He knows, like, we would be like, we're basketball fans, don't get us wrong. But, bro, this show ain't got shit to do with basketball, sports. I
respect.
We talk about a whole bunch of random shit, music.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah, so I was just like, damn, we got an actual motherfucker out here. We got a comedian doing podcast. Like, we headed in the right direction because everybody thought we were just going to get random basketball players. And I was just like, nah, the hell with that shit. So, man, this is big day.
Yeah, man. Let me let's start off. Let me
how I look without my light. Oh hell no! I ain't gonna. How's that? Does that look better, or what do you think?
That shit look cool, bro.
Light or no light?
Yeah.
That looks cool right there.
Keep the light. You're good.
Keep the light. Yeah.
All right.
Let me introduce you, man. Let's let the fans know who you are, man. This is we got the comedian. I mean, podcaster. You travel a lot. I see you on the road, man, all the time.
Yeah.
Shapel Lacey, man. Thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
How's the touring going, man? I see it's been up and down. You go places.
I mean, we've been doing a little bit. I've been going on the road with Brendan Schaub. He and I just been doing, kind of like a little run, like a once a month type thing. Just because, I mean, some cities are like doing better than other cities as far as like all this shit, going on. So I mean, we'll go to those cities and they're doing things within reason. It's not the jam-packed shows that we're like used to, but I mean, it's still something, man. I mean, it does feel good. I know a lot of people think, man, things are too crazy, to even try to make people laugh right now. But I mean, I'm like, bro, I mean, listen, just as much as there's bad, it's just as much as there's good. So, I mean, people still want to laugh. They want to see some type of entertainment, something that just gets them excited, man. I mean, it's much needed. And it's nice that we were able to like even do the little bit we've been doing. We've only been doing like we go, like I said, like we go out like once a month or so.
Damn.
Just to
But yeah, man, I feel you, baby. That's 2020 for you, bro. It's COVID's everywhere, bro. It's affecting everything. Like every aspect of life is just like altered right now. So I know because you guys usually just hang out in LA and just go to like the comedy club and like comedy store, all that, and like the Laugh Factory. Because I remember even going to LA years back. I've seen a few of you guys' shows. So I'm just like, okay, so coming to LA is like the hot spot if you want to, get your career cracking. So it's just, I know now I'm seeing a whole bunch of people doing like fucking, I seen one, I don't know what comedian it was, but they were doing it in a garage somewhere, like a parking structure. And they're just like, I'm like, damn, motherfuckers really got to get creative now because you still got to keep it like social distance. But it's just like, I know it got to take a fucking effect on everybody because now it's like all these comedians are starting to hop on podcasts now. And it's kind of like the crossover. So now, I mean, it's good for us because, I mean, what's different? It's not really good for us because in Florida, everything's open, bro. You can do everything. You can go to Disney World. You can go to fucking the movies. I went to the movies yesterday. All you got to do is just have a fucking face mask on. Oh, and half the time, everybody's just like with the nose out, just walking around. So
it's so crazy because I'm supposed to be going there. Damn it, one of those tour dates? I can't remember. I'm going there like next month. I think to Tampa though.
To Tampa, okay. Yeah. Man, you're gonna come out here and feel like hey, you just time travel because it's all normal here, bro.
That's so crazy. I mean, I'm originally from Arizona, and Arizona had like a wild spike, and then they, started rolling around again and stuff like movie theaters open there. We were in Utah. They'd been going like clubs going, all that stuff. And we were like, and so Brendan and I, we were like, yo, how long y'all, how long has Utah been this active? And the guy was like, man, we've been active since April. And I was like, what?
Oh.
So yeah, they just been rolling. Obviously within reason, like I said, you know, like, because when we did the show there, they only allowed 50% capacity or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they allowed 50%, but they utilized the whole room to keep everyone distance.
Yeah, distance. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that was you know, I mean, it was fine. I mean, it's still a little weird, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was totally fine, man.
Yeah, bro. How's it in Washington right now, Steve or Posse?
Man, it's the same, man. It's done the same thing. Obviously, you know how Seattle is, and everything's based off Seattle. So if it shuts down, we all shut down. So it's been up and down, and things get open, things close. But it's been.
Wait,
it's been
sorry. I'm on the West Coast or East Coast right now. What's going on in Seattle? Like
Well, it's just kind of like it's kind of, you know how it is, like the biggest city in the state. They base all of their rules off of the biggest city. So things where I were like open, but then like Seattle had a huge spike. So then it just like cut us way back. Like things were open, people were going out, bars were open, and then like you said, it kind of spiked again, and then we just back to normal. And it's like, oh man, we gotta do this bullshit again. Like, fuck man, I just want to go get a drink, man. I want to chill. I mean, I'll keep my distance from people. Yeah,
y'all need to come to Florida, bro. If y'all just need a break, like a weekend break from this shit.
Well, we're going to Cali next week, man. Shit.
I know. I'm not. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but.
Are you coming to California?
Yeah,
man, we're coming out there next week.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man, you got to come through, man. We're staying out there, man.
We got some people coming through, so we're just trying to get this booming, trying to get the podcast up and running. So we're making a trip out there, but I'm looking forward to it. But like from the stories everybody's saying, it's just like, bro.
I mean, we got a place to stay.
You know, it's. I mean, it's
you're not gonna be able to do shit. So I'm just like, all right.
It's when I tell people I go, it's LA specifically. Like it's LA that's like, but like. I mean, you go to Orange County, it's a lot different. You go to like San Diego, it's pretty different. You know, anything outside of LA is pretty like chill. Like LA is just
LA is locked down.
Yeah. Like it was so funny because I was gonna be like, well, nah, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
nah, bro.
I can't even bullshit y'all.
Man, what's up with the Oasis theme, man? I want to hear more about your Oasis theme. I see that sign back there. I mean, we're Oasis.
A little bit of Wonderwall.
That Wonderwall.
Oh, the Oasis, man. Come on now, hold on. I mean, dude, I get.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yo, you're a big one. You're a big Oasis fan.
Oh, massive! It's my
like
favorite band.
Theme, isn't it?
The Oasis.
Coffee
mug.
No, not the coffee mug.
Yo, the coffee mug.
Shit.
I think I got some. But a lot of that stuff is like from like fans just send me because they see that I'm such like I post about Oasis all the time.
Yeah.
And then I'll just get fans that just send me like fan made that. Like I mean, people just make me a bunch of Oasis shit, and then it's a lot of love, and it's so weird because you know, I just genuinely I just genuinely like the band. You know, it's just one of my favorite bands. That's all it is.
And that's the other thing. I was sorry, you going.
No, go ahead.
I was actually watching one of your podcasts, bro, and you were talking about like your love of music, bro. You love it sounds like a ton of different music, and for me, I can kind of relate to that. Even Steve, I listen to hip hop. Don't get me wrong, I listen to rap, all that.
Yeah.
But I listen to so much rock music, like classic rock, old school rock.
Yeah.
Like we have just these, like even in our conversations, we just have ridiculous amount of iTunes songs or just like random, like Oasis songs. It goes on. But that's the one thing I felt like.
I mean, we got some.
Look at I'll go from Nipsey to Oasis. You know what I mean? So like,
that's awesome.
Bro, that's what we live right in the middle of that, bro.
Yeah,
that's where we live, and that's why I was like, damn, like another black dude that likes like. I play basketball. I can go into the weight room every single day. It is going to be some type of hip hop. I don't know, just rap music in general. I'm just like, it's cool, but like, bro, I'll come there, switch it up. I might play fucking Hoobastank, and everybody's looking at me fucking weird because I'm just like, what? I can't like other music. Like, I play Hoobastank. We play I play movie soundtracks in the locker room. I play fucking WWE Ream song. Like, I'm all over the place, and people give me so much shit for it. So like, I feel like I'm put into this bubble where I can just only listen to fucking rap music.
And
Steven helps with that. But when I saw you, you were like, yeah, bro, I love Oasis. Wonderwall, don't get me started. I was just like, no fucking way. I was like, yeah, I got to get on this. I got to send me down the rabbit hole.
What's so wild, like coming from where I come from, like I grew up in Arizona, and originally I was with my biological folks, and then I was taken in by a white family when I was like 15, 16. And a lot of people think that when I moved in with the white folks or just growing up in Arizona in general, around a lot of white people, they think that's how I like got it. But people are like confused. So when, my earliest memories of music is because of my mom. Because whenever she'd be cleaning the house or anything like that, or having us, us helping around, just anything around the house, she always had music on. And she's a massive R&B fan. So she was just like H-Town, Brian McKnight, Boyz II Men, the list goes on. And then she also loved Zapp and Roger. Like there was these things. I was just so intrigued by this music because our home life was so hectic. And that was when I saw my mom the happiest, was when she would listen to music. So I just got drawn to it. And I was just like, oh, this is like a feel good thing. And then when Snoop Dogg's first album came out, like that stuff, like I was like really into. And then I was like, man, what else is out there? So then like people don't realize this is how easy I got into the rock music. I just switched the radio station.
Oh my God.
That's literally all I did. And people think it's like this, this white environment. White people
you were just like brainwashed or something.
Dude, everyone thinks that. And I'm like, all I did was switch the radio station. And that's literally how I discovered that music. And I was like, oh, this is out there. And I'm like, and I've just kind of just been that dude, like, what else is out there? And so growing up, man, being the black dude that listens to punk and skates and plays guitar with heavy, distortion. I mean, I got shit from black people and white people. So it was just like a mix. So I just felt like a lone wolf, and I, and I, even growing up, like, it did hit me, when I was younger. Like I had like identity issues on a racial level, like, because everyone just kept saying I wasn't black. So I felt like I couldn't even, like, I even felt weird being around other black people. You know what I mean? So it was just a lot for me going on. It took me years, to be okay with who I am. And that was because I reconnected with my biological father when I was 29. Yeah, so I reconnected with him, and he's an OG. He did 17 years in prison. He was a gangbanging drug dealer, like all that shit. Did 17 years. Was with the shits, man. And so reconnecting with him, and I had that fear of like, oh, is he gonna like accept me?
Yeah,
like,
judge you or something.
I felt that, and I was like, man, I don't know, but I was just like, fuck it, let's roll the dice on it. And not like, he just welcomed me as who I was, and he was just like, yo, like showing me like pictures of like my relatives and all this stuff, and like like great grandparents, all this stuff. He was like, yeah, that's your great, and the fact that he kept saying your great grandparent, your cousin, your, and so that's when I felt like, oh, listen, I've always been black. I've never not been black.
Yeah, it's not, it's who you are.
It's who I am. And the music is just like, that doesn't mean that I'm not, black or anything like that. And that's what I took, because I mean, literally when you hear everyone say it, I mean, you just don't know. How you supposed to know if your whole world is revolved around that? You know what I mean? So I felt like I never really connected with anybody. But yeah, once I reconnected with my biological father, all of a sudden these things just started, opening, and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, there's this other life to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to like, I'm not in no bubble. Like, I'm just a fucking dude, like Universal trying to learn, and and he's made me feel like an OG, and I'm like, okay, chill out. Okay, I don't want any part of that. I don't want any. I'm good.
I'll take your word for it.
I've seen the life. I've watched Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. I've seen it all. You're good. I'll pass on that. But it is cool though. Like rolling around with him, because we didn't get to know each other till I was 29. I'm 33 now. So it's still new. It's still new, but it's fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, he'll come out here sometimes, we'll kick it. I mean, he's weird because he don't really go to the suburbs. He always go to like he'll kick it in Compton or like Inglewood or like he goes, bro, he will not.
Y'all gotta find a common ground,
bro. I know, right?
You just gotta find somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, he was like, meet me at this address, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, man,
this address.
I was like, man, in the parking lot. I was like, in the parking lot. I was like, bro, what the, you want me to Man, it's so funny because he don't even drug deal or anything like that, but he still talks like
it's the habits, bro. It's a lifestyle.
For real,
it's a lifestyle. That shit don't shake,
I'm
man.
like, meet me in a parking lot, bro. What about a house?
yeah, a restaurant in public, like, at least. Yeah, come on, yeah.
Parking lot. I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing.
that is crazy though, because we have homies like that too. It's like we're all grown up now, and they'll still be like, "Hey, meet me at this place, or meet me at this parking lot, or this quick like at a trip, or you know what I mean?" And you're just like,
let's give you some context about this white guy you're talking to, because we grew up in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, we call him Potsy. Yeah, we call him Potsy because we went to all
like from
Happy Days.
Happy Days.
Thank you.
Thank you. Only white guy on the AAU team. That is a quick story, but our coach called me and it stuck, and it stuck.
We call him that for no other reason for him just being the only white guy in our group. Just we didn't know any other names. We're Potsy now, so and it's stuck, bro. Like, it's wild. But yeah, like we grew up in Oregon, bro. I grew up in Oregon, and we grew up in Portland, and it's when you think of Portland, you think of like the hippies and the fucking weirdos and all that,
which is majority of that. It's majority of that, but yes.
It's majority of that. But where we grew up was kind of like not like that at all. It's just like any other hood in the inner city.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, so we grew up like that, and so
just smaller. It's a smaller hood.
Yeah, it's just
area,
a small. Anyway. But it's weird because for now, like we all grew up listening to, like in high school, anybody ever listened to was Lil Wayne. And that was like majority middle school and high school. So when I got to college, that was the first time I started hanging around like actual like white kids in a sense. Like I always hung out in like the suburbs with, with Posse a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. One day I just got tired of listening to Lil Wayne, and it just went left from there. And I just started listening to rock. I think one of my other good friends, Noah, he put me on a ton of like old school rock. Like he had me listening to fucking Fleetwood Mac, like weird bands like Primus. I don't know if you say Primus or Primus or whatever.
Yeah, Primus.
Primus, fucking just Led Zeppelin. So all these different fucking songs. And for one whole summer, I just listened to rock music, and for whatever reason, it just stuck with me. And now the only person that listens to any type of the music I listen to is this guy right here. So it's just like meet another black guy that just like, yeah, bro, I'd love Oasis, because there's been times I put Oasis on repeat sometimes. But like, it's good, bro, because now I feel like, fuck, bro, finally, like nobody in basketball is like that. You have your black guys,
really,
and and they're pretty much everybody listen to hip hop. You have your European guys who listen to just whatever they listen to hip hop, and then whatever they listen to,
country music. Their country
music. And then you have like your every other day like blue collar white guy that made it to the league that just listens to rock. And I've never really had anybody to like. I have more close friends that like are trainers and people that work for the team, because they're just like everyday average people. So like I can ask them like, yo, like we're listening. You ever heard this song like Third Eye Blind Jumper before? And they're just like, yeah, bro, that was a fucking huge fucking song back in the 2000s. I was just like, oh, well, I mean, nobody here's heard of it. So I just felt like I was the only guy in the room. So now like Steven helps me a lot. We literally just send each other obscure songs that we hear. It might be, no lie, it was one night.
Oh, bro, you gotta have me in the group text.
Yeah, we're gonna get a group chat. We'll get a group chat for sure.
It was one night. I think we was up late, bro. We were probably texting for like an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh!
Of just Backstreet Boys videos and like songs. Backstreet, bro, wildest shit. Like it went from just like one song to the next, and then we just start sending each other fucking
just feed off
videos.
Each other, though. We feed off each other. It's like one person says one, then it just keeps.
People can't deny that. People can't deny that shit slaps, bro.
Oh, it slaps.
Undeniably
music is
great
fucking
songs.
Dope.
It is
like the great songs.
Oh, bro, there's so many. It's like, look, I love NBA YoungBoy as much as the next guy, but like I could also listen to Black Sabbath for a month and a half, and I could also listen to like anything else. But it's just, bro, I'm just drowned in hip hop music sometimes. I just feel like one of the things I need to do is just find more people who like fucking music, the music that we like.
I'm telling you, God we found you. When I was growing up, man, things were like I was literally like alone. I probably had like a couple of friends. Like I didn't have many, because it was just like what I was doing growing up. Like wasn't cool. I mean, look at. I mean, even to this day, it's still people still find it weird. But yeah, when I was growing up, it was nothing I did was cool. Like I was a competitive cheerleader. You know, actually, people think I got bullied for that, but I actually never got picked on for it because everyone just thought it was cool because like how talented I was. I was just really, really good at the shit. But when it came, especially when it came to like the music and the skateboarding, they were just like, that's just Shapel. He weirdo. He weird cat. Like no one really. I mean, everybody knew me just based off that. Yeah. So it was like I was popular just because I was just so fucking different. But I was just enjoying what I enjoyed. Like it was just like this shit's tight. Like why can't it be tight? Like why can't I give it? Why can't I give it a listen? You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. I mean, like what's so wild is like, you know, my favorite type of music. You know, the core of me is a lot of it is rock. But like, I mean, Snoop Dogg's first album is in my top 5 greatest albums of all time. So easy. You know, so like when people, you know, people just have such a misconception. Like even, you know, people DM me, like I'll post some music and they'll be like, "You're so white," and it's so funny because I'll write back. I'll be like, "Yo, I've never been white," and then they go, "Oh, I mean, well, I was just, you know, because of music," and I was like, "Yeah."
And they don't think you're gonna respond, and they don't even think you're gonna say, you know, it's just like a jab at you for no reason.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I've never been white," you know.
But you have to address it sometimes. You get that 10 times, and then just 1 or 2 times, you might have to like actually just let all that aggression go on that one fan, and they're just like, "Oh shit, fan, I was just playing." And they're not understanding it. But trust me,
I know.
I'm married to a white woman.
She's my girlfriend.
She's your
girlfriend's white. Yeah. Now my girlfriend's American.
Trust me, bro. We have 2 kids. I have angry black women at me all the time, and my wife, just because it's like, bro, it's like love is love, and I get it. Like it's a lot of fun.
And here's the thing: what people don't realize, man. A buddy and I were talking about that. Like, no one cares about your happiness. No one knows that she makes you happy. Like you're happy being with her. You have this joy. You know, and no one cares about that. They've put it as this bad thing, like as if you're not, you know, like understanding a person. Like it's like, what about my happiness? Like you don't care if I'm happy, if I'm mentally there. Like you don't care about any. Like this is the things in my life that make me, you know, happy. I mean, like when I was cheering, you know, and most like none of those girls I was even dating, I just be walking with them, and I just get stares. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Meanwhile, like, and I've gotten to the point because, like I said, my mom loves my girlfriend, my dad loves my girlfriend, bro. That's all that matters. Like my family loves
nothing else matters.
Nothing else, like no one else, like fucking matters. Like I love her, like she, you know, she's.
You like what you like. I mean, you like what you like.
Yeah, and it wasn't like. It was just like, man, I want that white girl. You know, it was just like, she just.
It just happened that she was white when this spark hit off. And it's just like, what do you want me to do, bro?
It happened that she was white, and it just like.
It's trying to tell you, like, to eat a certain food. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you should like this food. Like, man, I like this fucking food over here, man. Let me eat this.
And this coming from the white guy who had all the black girls on him in high school.
Oh, my gosh.
All of them, bro.
That guy.
First day of school, I won't say
and he had no idea how to handle it, too. That was the funny part. Like, the girls are aggressive. They come up to him, like, pinch his chest, or they be like, come here, Patsy, or like, and he just be like,
Let me tell you. First day of science, I walk in. I sit in the back. I'm not going to say her name. She walks in, turns in front of the whole class. We're on the third floor. I can't remember the science teacher's name, but she walks in and says, "Oh, that's a cute white boy. You want to be my boyfriend?" And I'm like,
"Yeah."
I'm just froze. Everybody just turned to me, and I just looked. I'm like, okay.
His name is Mr. Steinbach.
Yeah, Steinbach. It was Steinbach.
Steinbach, yeah.
Right.
I remember. Jesus,
that was literally my first day, and I was just like shocked. I was like, okay,
damn. And from there on out, it was different. But we had different experiences with black women growing up. They picked on me so fucking hard.
Oh, bro. Bro, that's everybody. They picked on you, bro. And I don't know if it's because they liked you or they just really picking on you.
I don't know.
But no, I got it too. I'm not going to lie.
Man, they would laugh every time I walked by. Like, just.
Nah, bro. I don't know why, but like a girl in high school. I never messed with this girl. We weren't in a relationship. We never texted or nothing at all. We like just didn't even know each other. Much like how somebody embarrassed Steven. We were in a group of friends walking in class, and she just says, "Oh, Terrence got a dirty dick," and people started calling me Dirty Dick Terrence. Bro, I was like, hold up, I don't even wait, what, bro? And when it stuck, I literally had to just walk the other way because they were just chanting it, bro. I was so embarrassed. I was like, what are you talking? I was like, and you can't. And when somebody says something like that, it don't matter if you deny it or fucking. It's true. Like it's a thing now. So
especially in high school or like
school. Oh god, kids are merciless.
If it was said in school, it was fucking. Yep, that's what it is. Yep.
Steven is 28 years old, and we call him Potsy to this day. My son calls him Potsy. He has no idea. It's wild. Really? It's wild. That name sticks.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Wild. Man. What'd you guys do this? What'd you do this weekend, Shapel, for Labor Day?
The hell did I do? Oh shit! I know, dude. You know what? Comedy is not there's not a consistency. It's always like so. Yeah. I always forget like what the fuck I'm doing. But no, I had to go do this drive-in show back home.
Oh.
In Arizona, and it was weird. You know, it is not the same, you know, and I can imagine for you guys playing in the bubble, like you got people watching y'all on like monitors and stuff like that. So it's weird because like, you know, I'm on stage and like people are honking, like flashing their lights when there's laughter, but like that is not why I got in the stand.
That is not. That doesn't tell you if you're doing good or bad, bro. If you're getting honked at a regular comedy store, you're just like, oh, that's time to get off. Like, oh,
yeah, that's time to get off. That's like,
yo, their high beams.
Yeah, so it was weird, and you know, like there were some people sitting outside. There was like a group of people sitting like outside the car, like sitting on like they like lifted the trunk or whatever, blah blah blah, sitting. And so like I could hear them, so I had to gauge my whole set off of this like one group, but like they were so far away to where their laughter was kind of like, you know, not as like. I could hear it, but it wasn't the same laughter like you get at a club. So, but like, you know, as I was walking by, cause you had to like, when I got off stage, you had to like walk by the cars and, people, you know, were like, man, that was awesome. That was great. That was great. Like, and so people like, they were having fun in their cars, but like, motherfucker, you can't tell, you know what I mean? Like you can't
just kind of left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about that though. Like you being a comedian, you feed off energy. I mean, kind of like how, you know, basketball players do, same way. You hit a couple shots, crowd yells. I mean, you have those laughs matter. Those laughs, they make you.
Oh yeah.
Does it change your set or does it like, how does that like happen? You know what I mean? Like if you're saying something and you know it's funny, or if it's going bad, do you swerve a different way, or do you keep just going with what you have?
Man, let me tell you, bombing will eat your fucking soul.
That's like airball on a free throw, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, it will eat your soul. But like I you know, because naturally, you go home and like you're writing this shit on a piece of paper, or like you came up with this thought and you're like, damn, like that's good. And then, you know, because that's what makes comedy so hard. Like people think they could just do it. And I'm okay, well, good luck, motherfucker. Because let me tell you something. When people are just staring at you and not laughing, bro, it's awkward. And you got to, and bro, think about it. Think about you go up on stage. You got 5 minutes, right? You go into the first joke, not a single fucking laugh. You know, the rest of that 5 minutes is gonna feel like an hour because it literally, especially because when you like your opening joke is like this fucking. You know, right out the gate, because it's like it sets the tone for people. And when that first joke does not set the tone, it is, man. I remember the worst show I ever had still to this day was I think it was like my 4th show ever, and the whole crowd was just yelling at me, flipping me off, cussing at me. Yeah, and this is back in my drinking days, and I was really drunk, and so I was yelling at him back. I was like, "Yo, suck my dick, bro, suck my dick," and like just yelling at these dude. It was probably, like still hands down.
I don't think I can handle it.
It is tough. Cause think about it, man. Like, yeah, I mean, but also same times like at the same time. So it's like the way critics are with like basketball players. You know, they just talking. The only difference is you ain't around them.
Yeah,
these critics are right in front. These critics are right in front of you.
True.
And I'm gonna tell you something. My favorite audience of all like audiences I perform for is black crowds. Black crowds are the best, and I'll tell you why. Because black crowds will tell you the truth.
Oh, for sure.
They will tell you the truth. If it's not funny, they're gonna let you know on site. Okay.
Right then.
They're not gonna sit there. They're not gonna write a blog that you said something offensive or anything like that. They gonna tell you right there. And then if you're funny, bro, they gonna rock with you. They're gonna rock with you. It is the most authentic. Whereas like, you know, other crowds, like they'll kind of give you like a pity laugh, you know, just for the sake of being up there. But like black crowds are like, so
they're gonna just I feel you, bro. Because it's been
true. Which as a comedian, you want that.
No, for sure.
You want that because it's you know, it's like it gives you the most authentic understanding of who you are on stage. That's why I enjoy like black crowds the best, because it's just right there on site. And like my favorite moment was when I made F. Gary Gray laugh. Homie that directed Friday and Straight Outta Compton, that dude. Yeah, he was.
No, that was probably a great moment, bro. It was like you're like, man, it was like, did it.
Because I saw him sit down, I was like, damn. I was just like fucking rocking. And he, as I was walking away, he was like, hey, man. I was like, oh, shit, put me in a movie.
I'm ready, yeah. Where's the contract,
ready, yeah. What we doing? We doing Death Row next? What we got?
Damn.
I'm ready for it, man. I can play Suge. I can play whoever. Come on, man.
Suge. Big Suge. Damn. So, all right. So tell me how you got in the podcast, man, because that's the big new thing right now.
Yeah. So, you know, I never wanted to do a podcast because I felt like I was just like, I don't, you know, that I felt like I didn't have anything interesting or anything that I felt like was good or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But Brendan Schaub, which is like one of the podcast gurus because he's got so many and they're all like pretty successful. You know, just being around him and like all those guys like Joe Rogan and Theo and you know, just the big dogs doing the podcast game really well. And so you know, everyone's like, man, you should start a podcast. You start a podcast. And I was like, bro, I don't really like interviewing people or anything like that.
I feel you, bro. I feel
you. Know, like, or like just have it. I mean, unless it's like, I don't know. I just didn't, I don't know. And so Brendan was like, he goes, you journal every day. He goes, why don't you just do that? Why don't you just talk your journal out loud? And so that when I thought that, I was like, oh,
wow.
Because
yeah.
So then I was like, there's something there, you know. Then I was like, I feel comfortable with that. You know, it's something I can lock into, and it's always, you know, something different. It's just constant. You know, it's just easier for me to stay on top of new things because I just journal so much. A lot of it like is, you know, because I had to go through years of like anger management growing up, and so that was one of the things that like I, you know, locked into because of that. I would just write so much, and then, you know, as I got older, I realized how important it was to me to just constantly do that. Like I'm always trying to just, you know, stay on top of like, you know, being a better person and, you know, not, you know, going back to like my crazy ways or anything like that. So like I fight real hard for that. And I do that by like just going to my journal. That's where I let out like all my sad moments, my insecurities, what makes me angry, what made me happy, everything. I let out everything in that journal. And so Brendan, you know, was like, why don't you just talk that out loud? Like he goes, you know, just be yourself and just do that. And I was like, oh, okay. So once I started doing my podcast, and it's titled It's Managed, which my girl helped me come up with that because I got
Great
this joke
name.
about
Great
my
name.
anger. I got this joke about my
sure.
anger management, and because people think like your anger is gone, but I'm like, no, it's managed.
Just managed.
It's just managed.
It's just like anything.
It still exists.
You know, it's always it's boiling.
It's boiling all the time. So and you know, that's what I love about it. So I've been falling in love with just consistently doing it because like, I'll go to my journal and there's these things that like and I didn't know how people would, you know, receive it because I mean, it's just me talking about like, I don't have an agenda.
Yeah.
You know, it's just me talking about like real shit in my life and how it made me feel and how I'm trying to overcome it and like, in what, you know, just real things. And man, like the reception I've been getting from people is just insane. Like, because
connect with that,
like,
bro.
Yeah. And people, man, and that's what people don't realize, you know, like especially because the media can be so heavy on like negative shit, blah, 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 all that, you know, but people really like the messages I get. I'm like, man, I did that for you, you know, like,
bro, I'm telling you.
It's
insane.
Powerful.
I watched a few of your episodes, and like you said, like I've heard the story of you saying how, you know, you had anger management is managed, and you know, talking about all this. And in a way, bro, it's like that right there is like, because everybody's going through their own thing. So if you can just show somebody like that humility, and like people connect with that, and they feel like very fucking strongly. And it's almost like this podcast in a way, because even for me, just going talking to him and then talking to other people. Sometimes it's like therapeutic in a sense because you're just kind of talking, let it out. You getting, you know, your ideas and your thoughts across to somebody else, and they're bouncing off you. So I connect with you on that because you really like, you know, bearing yourself to like, you know, just your podcast, and it's going well. Like if people are receiving it really well. That's why you got Oasis fucking man-made hips in the background, a coffee mug. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's
what happens, bro. And I think that's for me. Like you're one of my favorite podcasts. This whole thing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. I honestly like doing it. I mean, and it just helps me that much. It's just another, like for me, like the journaling's an outlet, the comedy's an outlet, and then now like doing this podcast is another outlet. Cause man, like I was not good, you know, I was not, you know, good, you know, mentally. Like my strength was, you know, my mental strength was just so, you know, it was just so low. So now that I've been, you know, this door is open to me to where I can understand how to like, you know, be on top of myself and you know, bring everything back to me. Cause I grew up with I grew up with an abusive stepfather. And, you know, over the years, you know, like, that was damaging, you know what I mean? Like from the time I can remember until he kicked me out, you know, I just remember how damaging, you know, that was to me. And, you know, one thing I had realized, like, you know, doing this podcast, I was able to find myself to let that go and let that go with love and not with hate, you know, because I was doing so much of that. And then I came to realize, I was like, man, there was something my anger management teacher told me, and it hit me, but I didn't understand it immediately. So this was like when I was like 21 or 22 when he told me this. I was like, yeah, you know, I don't have a lot of confidence because, you know, my stepfather. And he looked at me and he goes, what the hell? And I was like, what? He goes, that has nothing to do with your stepfather. There's nothing to do with him. It's your confidence. It's yours. You have it.
Yeah.
Where's he at right now? Is he around you? And I was like, no. And he was like, it's your confidence. It's not his. You know, and that made me, and then I started thinking about like the abuse I went through. I was like, yeah, none of that had anything to do with me.
Yeah.
You know, that was his, he was in a lot of pain himself.
Yeah, he's going through his own thing.
He's going through his own thing. And, you know, and then I realized his story, where he came from and what his family life was like. You know, so it was just he was doing what he knew.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think he wanted to just do that. It was what he knew. He was abused. Yeah. And so what is he going to do? abuse, especially if he didn't get the chance to learn anything along the way. Like I have no ill will towards him at all. Like I have no ill will because, you know, it doesn't really do anything for me. That's when you look at these things where people go after people and they want to try to cancel somebody because they felt like that person did them wrong.
Yeah.
And and a lot of times, you know, like for me, when I felt like my father did me wrong, it's because I didn't like my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love my life. I love my life. So why should I be mad about it?
Mm-hmm.
Why, if I love what I'm doing, all that I'm doing right now, all that blah blah blah, then why should I be mad at that? You know,
takes away
if
from
anything.
all that.
Yeah, it takes away, man. I realized how far I was holding myself back from just holding on to this like hate.
Yeah.
You know, for him, and literally, he doesn't feel that hate. He doesn't know. Like if I say something to him, like he'll feel it. But like, I mean, he's still
no way.
At the end of the day, like he'll probably go home, probably might think about it, might not. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give that kind of, you know, control. I don't want like I'd rather just put it all on me. You know what I mean? Like I come to realize, man, like, you know, I was mad at my mom. You know, I was mad at my biological father. Like, but I had to realize, man, you know what? They come from wild worlds.
Yeah.
They never got the chance to know any better. I was very fortunate. I was very fortunate, man. Like, you know, like cheerleading got me to go to college, and then, you know, in college is where anger management is like, well, actually, I had to go in high school too. Damn, I've been a lot. Never mind. Just kidding. I always forget, man. I had to go. Yeah, I had like 3 different anger management teachers, but third time's a charm.
Yeah.
But you know, but like, you know, being in those classes, not once did they let me talk bad about my folks, my stepfather, my mom, or biological. Like, they never let me say anything bad about them. They didn't say anything bad about them because it was all on me. It was all on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why I think about, like, you know, like this thing called cancel culture. Like, I don't want to go after my stepfather. And I don't think it would do anything. Like, what would it do for me? Like, when you really boil down to it, I mean,
it might make it worse on you. It might make it
worse.
That opens up that
you're
whole.
Gonna be worried about more.
Because if I did, I'm still gonna be thinking about him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go after my biological father because he wasn't there. You know what I mean? And he's turned his life around so much. You know, like, why would I do that? My mom, like, we have one of the best relationships that, like, I could have ever imagined. And all that is because, you know, I felt like I took this lead, you know, like I took control of these situations, and and that's what made me realize, oh, they weren't trying to do bad.
No,
they were like, they were doing what the fuck they knew. They weren't trying to do bad. So I can't get mad at them. You know what I mean? It was a lack of education on their parts, you know? So that's what, like, you know, and ever since that came about, that's just made me, like, climb, man. It's crazy. I don't know how to fucking explain it. But
bro,
it's a thing that I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, every time I, like, accomplish something or do something, because a lot of the times I just do things because I like it. I do it because I want to do it. You know, it's never, and all of a sudden, you know, my world is just like I don't know. It's wild, man.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
So I stayed, and well, that's what it is. Yeah, I've seen great result from it. You know,
for sure.
Taking this other perspective that a lot of people don't realize is there. There's another perspective to it that you should look into. That's probably a better route. And that's what I found.
And I feel you, bro. I be going to therapy too, and it's just a lot of it is just like self-reflecting and kind
Hell
of
yeah.
acknowledging
See,
the fact.
bro, I do like hearing that shit.
No, I did a session last night. Like I literally, it's good, bro. It helps you because like for me, I have anxiety. So for me, just to get my thoughts together and get them straight, it's a lot. And it's reasons as to why, I have all this anxiety, but to get that out, bro, and to talk and to let yourself acknowledge the fact that, all right, I do have to think a different way. I have to kind of make a change. It helps, bro, because now you made yourself aware and conscious of it. And when you do something in the universe, like you change into that over time. It's just a process. So I feel like a lot of that stuff, you gotta let go of like that old hate, and you can't really control anybody else's emotions, and you have to kind of be responsible for you because. I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, if you're not mentally where you want to be or mentally strong enough, bro, it gets heavy, bro. It gets really heavy, really fast, and you're gonna need eventually at some point to kind of unload some of that stuff. But it's all about doing it in the right way, in a healthy manner. So, I mean, for me, because I just started going, and even for me, like it's just helped me with a lot of self-awareness. I'm more conscious of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And like you said, you gotta stay on top of that shit because I do like it's all about becoming a better person and a better version of yourself. But that shit. It's hard, bro. And it's hard because it's not anything that you can do immediately overnight that changes, bro. It's such a process that, like, you have to stay with this. And it's going to be good days. It's going to be bad days. It's going to be rough days.
Yeah.
But, bro, it's all about just going forward because if you don't, you're going to be stuck in that same spot. And you're going to be like, bro, this is hell. Like, I'm not happy. I got to do something. But
it gets worse.
I feel you, bro. Man, therapy's fucking changing. And that journal you're talking about, like, that's literally something I'm probably going to start doing now because I got to get my thoughts out and to write it down will probably fucking go do wonders for me. Probably help me in
I'm telling you,
different aspects.
This book, these right here, those are full of like books that I like to read that help me out. And then one of them's like just filled with a bunch of journals. Yeah, like I gotta read like so much. Like I read this is like philosophy Kabbalion. Yeah, I don't know how to say this shit, but it's for sure. For sure. I wasn't gonna try to say the other. But like it's one of those just a philosophy book of just like how to strengthen the individual self to where you can because that's what I want to do. I want to deliver my best to people. I don't want to be bad to people. You know what I mean? And like that's what bro. I just got this one. Think Like a Monk, Jay Shetty. You know that's another book that's like. Like people can rag on that shit, like all that positive. Nah, bro. But I need it.
Yo, Steven just put me on a book. What is the 12 steps to like a chaotic life?
Yeah, 12. Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson.
12 rules of life, or it was something. I can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah, it's like the 12 rules of like to a chaotic life, right? And I'm reading it now, bro. I've been reading it for the last couple of days, and just I always because I never read books like that, so
let me see what I sent you. I have it's right here somewhere.
Yeah, you have it, but it's good, bro. Because I'm thinking
12
when you see
rules of
books
life,
like that,
an antidote to chaos.
Yes,
12 rules for life. Yeah, and Jordan Peterson goes on Rogan all the time. I mean, people see him everywhere. But
okay, hell yeah.
And so I'm like, reading it now, I'm thinking it was going to be just like, when you're talking about like psychology and your brain, I'm thinking it's going to be like super big words that are just going to be like just going over my head. But what I'm reading now is just easy to grasp, and they're using a lot of he was using animals as an example to, understand human behavior a lot better. So it's things that I'm grasping, and I'm thinking about it all the time now. So I hope that this book is going to give me like a lot of insight to how to better yourself. But
hell yeah.
For sure, bro. Like these are books that kind of grab my attention now. It's weird. Like I'm getting older, and like my whole fucking view on life is just changing, bro. It's changing. Yeah. It's like I'm trying to fucking keep up with it.
It's great because, like, when you think about it, like, I mean, the generations before us, they didn't really get these kind of outlets. You know what I mean? Like, think about your folks. Think about like your relatives, older relatives, like your grandparents. Like, they didn't really get the chance to like have these kind of things. So like when people think the world is just full of chaos and stuff like that, I'll go, man, there's a quiet world of people that are really doing something and really taking the time to be better people. Like it sucks because those aren't the things that are necessarily exposed through the TV set or anything like that, or on social media. But man, like it's out there and it's a real thing. And like I swear I meet more and more and more people that really lock into it, especially like now, like even more now with all that's going on in the world.
Oh
like,
yeah,
people are
everything's
really
stressful.
Everything's stressful, and it's like, man, we gotta find where's the not stressful
peace?
shit. Yeah, where's the peace?
Bro.
And a lot of it, like in these books, it talks about like the peace. A lot of it has to do with ourselves, like us as an individual. Like my girlfriend, she's her own person. I'm my own person. My mom's her own person. Like, you know, my girl struggles, you know, heavy with anxiety. So, you know, her and I stay on top of these type of books, you know, in these lessons all the time. Like that's and what's so wild is that's how you know we came about. Like it was just through, you know, we met just, you know, friends, and we had these we started getting in these deep conversations, and and it just built this like organic chemistry between us to where, you know, eventually, you know, we fell in love. So it's cool, you know, and like that's in like the conversations we have. This is my first girlfriend ever.
Yeah.
Ever. This is my first girlfriend ever.
You're learning all the
learning, and we have these great and serious conversations that are just so real and true, and we let it out. It's like, yeah, I want to know, like I want to know if I wronged you or if I did something bad. Like because I take that and I go, okay, how do I be better? How do I change that? You know what I mean? Even a simple thing like there was one. What the hell did make her mad? Lots of no, she would get mad. You know, she would get mad that I wouldn't hold the door for her. Bro, when we walk in buildings, and I would just walk in. I'm like, come on, girl, come on, baby, let's go. And she would get mad about that. And like me, listen, like I said, I've never been in a relationship, so I didn't know that was like a thing. That Bro, I don't hold the door for nobody. I ain't waiting.
Bro, I have a whole family. I have kids. I have a wife, bro. It's still it's a learning process, bro. You're learning more and more every day. Cause like I said, growing up listening to fucking Lil Wayne every day, that's the guy who we all wanted to be like. So I mean, he wasn't necessarily a family man, gun ho. Like, so everything I'm learning about how to act as a guy is like, you know, coming from my background. Like my dad wasn't always in and out of the picture. He was in and out. So, you know, I'm looking at the guys like fucking Lil Wayne, and it's just like, you get that mindset, bro. And that shit, if you don't know any better, it takes hold of you.
That Jay-Z big pimping, that Jay-Z
slippery slope. And so trying to change that mindset, that's what I'm saying, bro. Trying to change that mindset.
Pimping, thinking you're on yachts and you're not opening no doors for no women.
No doors are being opened.
I know. I just didn't open doors for people in general. I'm like, man,
for real.
You know,
it's crazy.
But that was the thing. But you know, her making me aware of that, and me being the person that I am now, like I took that shit to the journal. You know what I mean? To be understanding of like, you know, why that upset her and why that, you know, like just take it down. And I think that's fair to do. And it's fair for her to say that. You know what I mean?
Well, it's good that she says that. It's good that she says that, because a lot of times people don't say anything, and then you're just like, you're in like a mind battle of, okay, are they mad or are they not mad? And then you're kind of like worried about it, and then it just keeps building. And that's like, I feel like as I've gotten older, especially with relationships, it's like if I just tell you right off the bat and get it out there, it's gonna make it a lot better than us holding in some shit.
It's tough though, man. It's tough doing that. Nobody likes hurting somebody's feelings. Nobody likes being the bad guy, but
it makes it better though in the long run. I mean, if it's good and bad, I mean, you got to tell them, because it's
and to your point, it's the dialogue, and that's what, and I feel like that's what we've missed as a society is just dialogue, like just dialogue without the
what emojis.
With emojis,
for real.
Just to be able, you're 100% true. Like, think about it. Like, we couldn't have this conversation over Twitter.
No, absolutely not.
No. It wouldn't make sense. So when people go on Twitter and they get in these like, you know, back and forth or whatever, it's like, does that really mean anything?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Like, is that real dialogue? It's not.
And you know what's the crazy? I was reading. There's another book I was reading too. It's called like it's like Conversations with God. If you were to ask God a question and he respond, it's like this guy, he has this whole thing where he's going through a hard time in his life, and then he's actually in his journal writing down, like talking to God, and then he just feels like this presence kind of come over and kind of give him. he gets an answer basically. But anyway, he was talking about how, you know, when it comes to being like trying to figure people out, you got to be kind of responsible for yourself. And at the end of the day, it's tough, bro. It's a learning process for everybody, and everything comes from within. And I feel like a lot of times people are really trying to like, they're trying to change you for the wrong reasons, and it's like they're trying to figure out what they can do better or this and that. But it's really comes down to like a self thing, and when you kind of understand yourself better, it pretty much helps. And like the learning process is a big thing, bro, because it takes me a long time to like learn something, but once I have a grasp of it, bro, it turns into habit. And but it's crazy, bro. But yeah.
That's what I tell people. I go, I know anger more than I know what it is to be good. So it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of learning. Like I came from a violent upbringing. You know what I mean? Like that. And the thing, and you know, that's what I loved about my anger management teacher. They're like, you know, that was like one of the first things they told me. They're like, hey, your anger is never gonna leave. They're like, yeah, you know it at its craziest points. Based off the stories you've told us, you know it at like the wildest. You know exactly how to. So you know how to get back there. It's never going to leave. It'll always exist. And that was one of the, you know, but they were like, but that doesn't mean you can't learn.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? And that's what I thought was like beautiful, was like, because I remember my first anger management, and man, it was like the driver's ed teacher at school and shit trying to teach anger management. But it was just like
he's got his break like, on the other side. He's trying to.
Yeah, right.
I guess I can do both.
Yeah. I can do both.
You know, So he was like, you know, just like, you know, you're angry, you know, and I was like, man, okay, whatever. But yeah, like, you know, my other anger management teachers, they made me aware of this, like, yeah, that's not gonna leave, because you know it, you know it so well. It's like, you know, someone growing up in the hood, like my dad knows drug dealing well. He knows it very well. Yeah, he's not gonna do it because he knows the, you know, consequences, you know, of it, what it got him, but he still knows it. He still knows it really well. It's still there. Yeah. That's what people don't realize, but there's a beauty to it. So it's like I had to like shift this thing I knew really well and use it to do different shit. To like, it's like there's this energy to it. You know what I mean? There's this energy to want to go swing on someone. There's this energy that you have. So I had to move that energy to like the journal. So it's like, as much as like I want to swing on someone, okay, instead of swinging on someone, why don't I just shift this energy?
And there's a better way
over to reading a book, or, you know, well, you know, whatever it is, man. And yeah, I look at the, like in the morning, like, yeah, I got to see those damn quotes. I got to see a positive quote, you know, because it's, I mean, yeah, I get scared going back there.
It sets the tone. It sets the vibe, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go back there. I like what I'm doing now. So like, I want to. So for me to continue to love it, like, yeah, I want to stay on top of it. You know, and I think that's one of the things that like my girlfriend appreciates about me. Like for her to be my first relationship ever, and for her to say that, you know, I'm the greatest guy she's ever been with, like, obviously it's saying something, you know.
Bro, it's a bit. Her saying that to you, it feels good, but psychologically, bro, it goes a long way with your mental, because now you have like that confidence that you are doing good, and it gives you like that. Yeah. It gives you the confidence. It gives you the confidence. Hey, I'm doing the right thing. I can do this. I'm getting better.
Yeah. So don't fuck up. So don't fuck up, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Bro, I tell you what, man.
You got to, bro. It's a habit. Sorry.
Oh man, it just. Because like I get it, like she don't even like looking at my Instagram, she don't like looking at my story, because yeah, man, you're out there, you know, people are fond of you, you know.
For sure. There's always going to be temptations no matter where you look. It's all about how you deal with it and handle it, and that's the progress that needs to be, or not needs to be, but that's the progress, and that's where progress happens, I should say.
But the thing is like I cheered for 12 years. I just been around hot girls. So like I don't get impressed. You know what I mean? So like,
sure.
but like she still has her like freakouts with naturally.
Yeah.
No, for sure,
You
for sure.
know what I mean?
Sure.
But like, yeah, to me, I'm just like, you know, seen it all. You know, like just for being a cheerleader. So but you know, it does get to her.
No, for sure. For sure.
And she is, of course, right. It's gonna get to her.
That's how it goes, bro. First relationship, you'll start. This is all. It's gonna start coming to you quick, but yeah.
And it's so funny because like I have so many girls that are my friends.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Why are they all hot?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I
can't control that part.
I can't control that part."
That's a good question.
It's so funny because like she thinks, "Oh, you got with that one, didn't you?" I'm like, no, I would have already done it. I would already did I could have done it a long time ago if I wanted to do it.
For sure.
But like, and that's the thing that people don't realize with like being a cheerleader is like, man, they're like, damn, you're around all these hot girls. I'm like, man, some of them is assholes. You don't want all this, bro.
That makes you start to learn. It's like looks are looks, right. But like, personality.
You get to know them in a different way, and you're just like, no, that ain't.
Now you're just unattractive. Yeah, I get it, bro.
Yeah, oh man, I tell you what.
Man. Hey man, well thank you so much for doing this, bro. This has been
hell yeah.
This has been one of our favorite podcasts. One favorite episode. So thank you so much.
Hey, we'll have the link. We'll have the link when it come out, man.
Yeah. We'll get each other's numbers. We'll link up or whatever. Yeah. When are y'all coming here?
18th to the 24th.
To the 24th.
Oh, 18th to 20th. Oh, actually.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're gonna set up a little.
I think I'm doing a socially distanced show on the 19th.
Bro, let us know.
Hey man, yeah, we'll definitely come through.
Let us know.
Shout out all your stuff, man. Shout out where they can find you, man.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, just I only do Instagram because everything else is crazy.
Yeah.
So Instagram at Shapel Lacey. You can go to my podcast. It's Managed. I post that every Tuesday.
Nice.
And then I'm also on King and the Sting with Theo Vaughn and Brendan Shaw, which you can catch every week as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just follow me on those things and we'll party.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you so much, man. Gotta have you back sometime.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll just shoot you my number through IG.
Got it.
Right
Perfect.
now.
Yeah, for sure.
Got you, man.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right, man. We'll hit you up.
All right, bro.
All right. Sounds good. Y'all be good.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Good, man.
Later.
Cool.
Do we end it now or what? Is it recording?
Yeah. Man.